All right, hey, this is Act 2 of the podcast. We're getting right back into it. If you missed Act 1, go back and listen to that thing. Otherwise, this isn't going to make any sense. Okay, see ya. Like offering me words of encouragement. And I wanted nothing more than for it to stop because I could not, first of all, I could not keep up with what Jacqueline is doing. Jacqueline leads this damn class, and it's, you know, you do like these moves, and then you're burning calories, and you're throwing punches, and you're doing kicks, and you're doing burpees, and you're doing push-ups, and if you don't, you know, it takes you a couple weeks to get the moves down. So I'm struggling. They're putting their left foot in the air, and I'm putting my right arm in the air. They're putting their right foot back, and I'm doing a hip thrust. They're doing burpees. I'm doing sit-ups. And so I'm fucking the whole thing up. And then this lady keeps coming up to me and it's going, here, high five, high five. So I'm doing it wrong. I'm giving this chick a high five. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. Jesus.
Their presence is felt the second they walk.
Now there's Jackie, the little one. She's the little one.
In the room.
She's the class.
Jackie.
Kim Dinkle and Karen Standley are what you might call regulars at group fitness classes at the YMCA downtown.
She looks just like Diana. My daughter is Diana.
What you
Diana
might call
is my daughter.
regulars at group fitness classes at the YMCA
Hello, little one.
downtown. Like this one, Body Combat.
This was me. See, these guys are doing right leg and all that shit. I was like facing the wrong way.
Call us the back row girls.
And while they're in the back row, and they may be some of the older ones in the class.
I'll be 73 this year.
And I'm 66.
Okay, they're in great shape.
They're certainly not hidden.
You can hear me across the hall.
It was these fitness classes that actually brought them together.
We met at a day class upstairs
I don't know if they're
about
scissoring,
11 or
though.
12 years ago.
We enjoy
that's
each
what
other.
we need to find out.
The Y is our
If these
family.
two are scissoring.
From the day that they met, they became inseparable, bonded together.
And it changes.
Decades, these two.
Gives it. That's what we think anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm not going to play the whole thing. So if you want to, Rebecca says, is Jackie our version of Gracie? No, this is not combat sports. This is not like actual learning how to fight. This is just, you know, exercise. Okay. But Jacqueline would probably beat ass. Man Bun Chris says, LOL, I can just picture Jackie all excited when she finds out you covered the story. And the main takeaway is, I wonder if they're scissoring, LOL, only easy. Linda, with the solid joke, says, well, they said they met at the Y. Now, the question is, should I say to Jackie, hey, I talked about that story that featured you teaching the class, Kim and Karen. And then she might even hear this. She does listen from time to time, but I don't like to know that she actually listens. All right. Black Belt Nick says a 71-year-old member earned his first degree black belt last year at our school. That is cool. Anyway, good for them. Your old pal EZ was exercising yesterday. It was back in the pool, and it was a fucking bitch. And here's why: we had to do 10 repeat hundreds. Now, typically I would do it on the 2 minutes, so I'd get done probably like 1 minute 45 seconds with the 100. That's one lap or one length, 4 lengths, 1, 2, 3, 4, 25 each. Get done with 100. It's about a minute, 45, 10, 15 seconds to rest, and then you do it again. And but Fast Jimmy Minima, my pal, my best good friend, first of all, he's a great swimmer, and he's so much more advanced than I am. When I do 100 on the 2 minutes, he does a 125. Like he's that much stronger of a swimmer. Anyway, He gets his 125 done at about the same time that I get my 100 done. Then we stand on the edge of the pool, and you hear him say, 3 seconds, 2, 1, go. And you go again. You do that 10 times. But yesterday, he goes, all right, I'm reducing your rest. Now we're going to go on the minute 50. So 10 seconds less rest. So, at best, I'm getting 5, 4, 3 seconds of rest. That's about enough time to stop swimming, put your feet on the bottom of the pool, take about 1 breath, and then you go again. When you get done with it, your lungs are burning, your heart's beating through your chest. All you want to do is rest for the good 15 seconds. Now you're getting 5, 4, 3 seconds. We get the first one done. I go, all right, I think I swam pretty well there. Maybe I got it done in like a minute 40. I'll get 10 seconds of recovery. No. I did it about the same pace that I've been doing it. So I go, shit. As soon as I stop, I hear 5 seconds. I go, oh, fuck. 4, 3, go. We go. Get the second one done. 8 more of these to do. As soon as I touch the wall, I hear 3. I'm like, oh. 2, 1, go again. 3 in the books. Then 4, then 5. And I knew that by the time I got to like completing 8, that it was like I was swimming in cold honey. Was that slow. My form was all over the place. I'm like, and I get done, and as soon as I get done, I don't hear him yell 3. That's because I've already gone past the starting point. He goes, I'm going to give you a few more seconds. I'm like, oh, God damn it. Got the last 2 done. Fucking exhausting. Shit. Anyway, it's in the books. Also, arthritis be damned. I ran on the roads the day before yesterday. It was very basic. I walked for 1 minute, and then I jogged for 1 minute. And I did that for a couple of miles. I got done with the fucking thing. And I'm like, all right, now this is key. When I lay in bed, it's supposed to hurt badly. The arthritic knee. We will see. It did not. So I'm going to try it again. Man Bun Chris says, easy getting ready for the inclinator stair challenge. When is that again? I don't know if I want to do that. Nick says, you still finish them. Big win. All right. Yes, I did. Big salute to the West Michigan Whitecaps. They are at home for the next week, and you can see them. The West Michigan Whitecaps, best value for tickets in the area, $14 a pop. And guess what? You got Bluey and Bingo there Friday and Saturday. Bring the kids to the West Michigan Whitecaps game. You can get tickets at whitecapsbaseball.com. Thank you so much. A whole season of great promotions with your West Michigan Whitecaps. whitecapsbaseball.com for tickets. Thank you to Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid and EV. If you want to get your car repaired right the first time, call upon them. 616-532-6600, ervines.com. That's ervines.com. They'll work on any car, any hybrid, any EV. They have free loaner cars. You can get more information on their website, ervines.com. This is a great place to get your vehicles fixed. Top-level technicians constantly getting continuing education so that they are improving themselves, making sure that they're able to appropriately work on your vehicle and do a great job doing it. ervines.com. That's ervines.com. TC Paintball, if you want to book an event with your group, workplace team building, graduation party, birthday parties, bachelor parties. Just get together with the neighborhood friends, the kids, whatever it may be. TC Paintball in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Online at tcpaintballgr.com. The Inclinator Stair Challenge in Grand Rapids is July 18th. Okay, keep it right there, and I'll be right back in a bit. It's time for a brief intermission with your old pal Easy. Okay, I'm back. Excuse me. Amy is here. She is running in the whatever the fuck it is, the old Kent Riverbank run. And Amy says, yeah, hey, I'm running. They actually do a good job with the food and stuff for the runners. And the participation medals are really nice, except for the spelling errors. LOL. Hey, Amy, it's good to see you. So glad you're here. Oh, my God. Yeah, hey, you're going to do great, though. Oh, my God, you fell off the bridge. The Inclinator Stair Challenge, July 18th. That is, let's see. We're married in 92. July 18th. So that's how many years? 92, 02, 012, 22, 34 years. Oh, my God. For Pooh Bear and I. Okay. We have a wonky injury to discuss with you in the basketball game last night. The Lakers and OKC. Let's get into the reaction that the players had when they saw the injury. Now, I don't have video of it actually happening. But let's start right here. This guy that's all bent over walking towards the sideline, he's in pain. And then you're going to see the guys on the OKC bench react. By the way, what is this guy from OKC wearing? What the fuck is that? He has these, it looks like he's dressed as a fashionable lady, is what it looks like. And I guess that's okay. I mean, nowadays you can do that. Anyway, all these people are looking at this guy, and his finger is sideways. Watch their reactions.
And Vanderbilt is in a great deal of discomfort. And Vanderbilt is in a great deal of discomfort.
I think he's holding his hand or a finger.
And Vanderbilt.
They are mortified. This is it. This is how it looked. So it's sideways. It's sideways. Somehow that happened. I've had that happen. Actually playing basketball, and it was my pinky. It was, but on the opposite hand. And it still looks weird to this day. Like this is the one that was not injured. And then, well, they look the same. I don't know why I'm showing you this. But it was when Michigan, the Fab Five, beat Kentucky in the early 90s. And I was so fired up for that. I was a big basketball and a big Michigan fan at the time. I was so excited. I go, you know what? I'm going to go to Rose Arena and play some basketball. Pickup. And sure enough, I did. And somebody passed me the ball. And the ball hit the tip of my finger, and it did what that guy's did. And, you know, I could easily say that guy's a huge pussy, but I am, because I wasn't able to walk it off because I was laying down. I was unconscious. I went into shock, and I passed out over a pinky. I wake up seconds later. First aid, the whole thing. They thought I died over my pinky. This is ridiculous. It's sideways. Nobody wants to touch it. Nobody knows. I think there is a way to, like, you just yank on it, and you can put it back into place. But nobody's going to do that. So they call Pooh Bear. Pooh Bear shows up, and she drives me to the hospital. My finger is still sideways. I get there. Doc says, okay, I'm going to fix it, but I'm going to numb you up because otherwise it's going to be incredibly painful. So he puts shot in, and then whammo, yanks on it, good as new. Rebecca says that's kind of like the time you try to cut off your own foot. 100%. As soon as I get injured, that vagal reaction takes place. That's the Freebeer thing. His is also very, very sudden, but it happens over much less. And then the next thing you know, like if you just tell him, if you say something, he's going to pass out. Like that time that I told him that Jim, my son, had ruptured his spleen, and the doc described it to me as like if you put a grapefruit in a microwave and heat it up and it bursts, that's what happens to the spleen. So when I was telling the story on the air about my son's spleen, because he got butt-ended during a hockey game, and I used that type of comparison, all of a sudden Freeber's like, and it did it, and it knocked him out. It was unconscious. And then we just, we laid him on the ground and shot video and made fun of him. It was awesome. And I think he woke up, and like the next day he found out that we made fun of him, and we got scolded, because that's what happens. It was hurtful. You made fun of me when I was unconscious. It was hurtful. Don't be hurtful. Anyway, that's what happened to me when the chainsaw hit my foot. And, boy, it was bad. But I made it into the car, and Pooh Bear drove me to the hospital. And I was doing fine. And the triage nurse was taking a look at it, and all she had to say was, oh, yeah, you did it. Right to the bone. And it's making my hands tingle now just saying it myself. By the way, I am glossing over the fact that I was wearing Crocs while I was using the saw. The Crocs weren't the problem. It was the ladder and holding onto the saw with one hand. I guess the Crocs were a little bit of the problem, too. So as soon as she said, oh, yeah, it's right to the bone. As soon as she said that, I went, uh-oh. Within seconds, there's beads of sweat showing up on my forehead. And then she kind of noticed that she then stood up. She didn't know it right away. So then she's over by the computer, and I'm like, and then I hear, Eric. I look down, I go, yeah. And she knew that I was fading. And then this chick takes a look at me, the nurse, she goes, how are you feeling? I go, great. And I've got seconds before I'm unconscious. And then she gets down in front of me, she goes, okay, come on. And she's like rubbing this area of my chest. I don't know. I think that's the vagal nerve area or something like that. And I'm like, oh, yeah, okay. And then all of a sudden, poof. And then I hear, he's vagaling! She hits this fucking red button. And then I see this team of people, like the fucking Avengers, come running down the hall. And that's the last thing I saw as the consciousness faded from me. And then I could hear Poober going, Eric, oh my God. She thought I died. Next thing I know, I'm waking up and I'm being wheeled down the hall. And I just see the lights moving as they're racing down the hall. I'm like, where am I? What is going on here? And then they go, someone tells me that I passed out, and then they rush me into this room. They cut off my clothes. I was like, oh my God, it was a fucking Run DMC t-shirt. What the fuck is wrong with you? Cut off my shirt, put all these leads on me to monitor my heart, and it was just a fucking nightmare. Then the doc comes in to stitch up my foot after they stabilized me. Nick says, I think it's pronounced vagging, not vageling, because you're a puss. One of my favorite jokes. Did you say that joke when it happened the first time? Asshole. The lady who is sewing me up, the doc, is a babe. A babe. Then I find out that she goes, oh, yeah, my husband, she finds out where I live. It's just small talk. And she goes, oh, yeah, my husband used to live in that neighborhood. I go, oh, yeah? And then she gives me like a description of the guy, and I realize that it's the ex-husband of the sweetest lady in the world who lives around the corner, who is just as sweet as can be. And I think hubby got it on like when he wasn't supposed to, when he was married. I think he had an affair, and these two end up getting a divorce, and he married this doc who's working on my foot. So I'm like, holy shit. So when I saw the neighbor, I did not. She goes, hey, what happened? You're limping. I go, yeah, I cut my foot with a chainsaw. Oh my God, yeah, and they stitched me back up. They did a great job. But I did not tell her who stitched me up. Donut Dan says, I hate to admit, I passed out once on a blood draw in full police uniform. The nurse flipped out because I was armed. LOL. When I'm fine with blood. I just don't look. But I don't know, something about the description of that just messed me up bad. When we were doing blood draws for the kidney donation, I had to have some massive blood draws, like 16 to 20 vials of blood drawn for all different types of testing. And they're concerned about any type of passing out during it, because it takes a while. But not a damn thing. Nothing went wrong. It was a piece of cake. Bread Bowl Brain Chris said Joe would pet Freebeer's head. Yeah, that's right. He did pet his head when he passed out. He was trying to help him. It was actually quite nice. Runner Girl Amy says, I wish that video still existed so we can play it. Tyler says some people just cannot handle that type of stuff. And I think I'm one of them when it comes to that. All right. Somebody who doesn't like this guy created something called Colston Nature Preserve on Google Maps and pinned it on his property just to piss him off, it seems. And it's kind of genius, and I will be doing this to my enemies, this says. So it says Colston Nature Preserve on Google Maps, and then people are showing up thinking it's a nature preserve. And it's a guy's property. So here the guy is shooting video of the latest person who has shown up and is walking around on his property, and he's all pissed off about it.
Looking for what?
Colston Nature Preserve.
You're trespassing on private property. I'm sick and tired of people looking for that thing that does. Okay. Looking for what?
Colston Nature Preserve.
You're trespassing on private property. I'm sick and tired of people looking for that thing that doesn't exist.
Okay.
Next person comes on my property, I'm prosecuting. Looking for Colston's Cove.
Sir, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I am too. I've been trespassing on my land, I'm done.
The last thing I want to do, sir. I was just.
I have an attorney taking care of this. He told me to get everybody's license plate.
Sir, it's on the internet as a.
Yeah, I know, and Mark Colston doesn't own it, never has.
Okay, I apologize, sir. I'm sorry.
Shit, this guy is so pissed. Who the fuck is Mark Colston? Oh, that's great. You can hear that guy breathing, the heavy breathing, and he sounded like a fat fuck. Donut Dan says, and by the way, Rebecca says this guy is taking it out on the wrong person. Like he does, yeah, this guy is not doing it intentionally. What kind of simpleton gets all pissed off? And, I mean, they're just going by what they see. They didn't do anything maliciously. You can't, no judge is going to allow that to happen, right? Cole says, how would they know, asshole? I'm glad people are trespassing on his property. Red Bull Brain Chris says, seriously, it's not their fault. Calm the fuck down. That's going to make it worse now. Now everybody in the world is going to pin that on there just so that this can happen. Rebecca says, dude just needs to put up some signage. Nick says, hard living line person's worst nightmare. What a great prank. Boy, you aren't kidding. Up north, which is hard living line territory, Pooh Bear was following the blue line on the way back from Gaylord to my place. And she doesn't know it, but she's traveling on a guy's private property. Then she gets stuck in the sand. And she calls me. I can see where she is. I go and I get her. I go and I see her. I go, okay, let's get you out of here. Long story short, guy shows up and he's pissed off, just like this guy was. And he's taking it out on me and Pooh Bear and screaming at us. So you got Pooh Bear and the NFK. The NFK this is bad for him. He's rocking like Rain Man. At any time he gets stressed like that, he's going to start to rock. And then you're going to get flappy arms and the whole fucking deal. And shit fucks. So he's doing that in the back seat. Pooh Bear's just kind of like feels dumb. And it's myself, Charity Scam Mike, and my dad. This guy's lecturing us, going on, and we're letting him get it off. I said, all right, yeah, just, open the gate. We'll get out of here. Sorry. I said to him, I go, yeah, buddy, she just followed the blue line, is inadvertent. It's, and he's getting pissed off the same way this guy is. Hillbillies in their property, that's what they do. They don't have anything else. They might have acreage with nothing on it but shit. So we're just getting this guy calmed down. And then my dad turns to him, and he's probably, at the time, 87 years old. Dementia patient. And my dad goes, hey, we don't need the lecture. And I'm like, oh, fuck. So then this guy keeps going on and on and on. Then he insults Diana. And he said something like she's stupid or she's dumb or something like that. I go, all right, now I got to get in your fucking face over that. Because if I don't do that, if I don't defend her for what you just fucking said, now my ass is in the jackpot. And I'm fucked. So then I go and I get in his face and I go, all right, fucker. And I'm like, pointing the mad finger and my spit coming out of my mouth. And now we're like nose to nose, screaming and yelling at each other. Charity Scam Mike lights up a fucking new pole. If my dad wouldn't have said anything, we would have got it. The guy was just calming down. We don't need a lecture. Fuck. Red Bull Brain Chris says, I love this story. Your dad wasn't taking shit. Fuck that guy. So then when I get in his face, I go, all right, you said enough. Enough. You've said enough. Open the fucking gate. And thank God he finally opened it, because that's all I had. You know, I don't want to fucking fight the guy. I probably would have gotten beaten brutally, but to me, that's better than letting him get away with insulting Diana. Taking the beating is a much better outcome than just going, okay, like a fucking silly pussy. I can't fight. Anyway. John Sterling is dead. No. Yes. That's the Yankees broadcaster. He's the guy that says, it's a well-hit ball. It is far. It is long. It's gone. Yankees win. The Yankees win. That's him. He died. A lot of people love John Sterling. I don't have any reason to dislike him. But my favorite moment is this moment from John Sterling.
Now the 3-2 swung on, a pop foul back here.
Ow! Ow! Ow!
It really hit me. I didn't know it was coming back that far. And home.
The ball hit him in the fucking face. The foul ball hit the microphone and then bounced off his fucking head.
Now the 3-2 swung on, a pop foul back here.
Ow! Ow! Ow!
It really hit me. I didn't know it was coming back that far. And Holmes ready to deal. A ground ball to third. Donaldson squares, throws to first in time. Ball game over. Yankees win. The Yankees win.
Okay. I need to watch this at least 100 more times. I gotta get it right where the ball hits him in the head.
Here.
Ow! Ow!
Here.
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 Ow! Ow! Ow!
It really hit me. I didn't know it was coming back that far.
I thought it would have done more damage than that. Off topic, Black Belt Nick says, I have a tryout for public address at Kennewa Hills next week. Did Stewart never get back to you? I'm guessing he did not. That's fucking crazy. You're the guy. I introduced you and everything. He reached out to me and says, yeah, hey, I want you to be PA announcer. I can't do it. I jumped ship. I'm on Midwest United. Thank you for thinking of me. I got a guy. Okay, who is it? It's Black Belt Nick. All right, cool. Let's do it. What? Donut dances. How did John Sterling not swear?
And home.
Ow! Ow!
Pop foul back here.
Ow!
Back here. Back here. Back here.
Ow!
Back here.
I don't know. Cole says that's pretty good restraint to not swear on the air. Kuipers doesn't like John Sterling. He says, I wish it hit him in the mouth so we didn't have to hear that call. All right. I'm indifferent. I always liked it. When I was living in New Jersey, we would hear that a lot. Rest in peace, John Sterling. Red Bull Brain Chris says we need a puck to come over the glass and bounce off Easy's head during a Griffins game. It has happened. It didn't hit me in the head, and it was just a glancing shot, but it has to be perfect. It has to fly up over the glass and just land on me, or hit the thing, hit the plexiglass, and then hit me on the rebound. And that's only if I'm not watching. All right. So this kid graduated And he shows off what he used to pass the finals just before graduating. I thought when I read this the first time, they took away his degree. Hang on. They have him on the phone. Okay, I read somewhere that they actually did not give him his fucking degree. There's no way, right? Can you imagine being that guy? You're bragging that you cheated and Chat GPT helped you get that far, and you're that bold about it to like announce it on the Jumbotron, and then they take away your degree. Oh my God. By the way, there is a Griffins game tonight. The Griffs in Game 3 of the conference semifinals. Kuipers, are you going? I know Pooh Bear, Jackie, Justin, and Micah are going. And, yeah, it's been a while since we've had a damn hockey game. The Griffins have a tied series right now at a game apiece. They lost the first game to the Manitoba Moose. They won the second game. It is a 5-game series. They play tonight, and then they play Friday. If they lose tonight, I mean, they can't lose, okay? You cannot fucking lose to the Manitoba Moose. And the Friday game, I actually won't be at. I've got an event that I'm already booked to do. So Josh is going to have to be the PA announcer. Some people don't like that. They get pissed off if I'm not there. It's like, and look, he is a very skilled PA announcer. He works for the goddamn Red Wings. He's got to be good. Come on. Can't do it. King's Room Barbershop. We have the Locks for Love event coming up on Sunday, June 7th. That is an Eric Zane Show podcast field trip, and I want to see you there. The event goes 1 to 4 at the King's Room Barbershop, Northland Drive. Locks for Rock. So if you have long hair, get it cut there. The hair is donated to Maggie's Wigs for Kids of Michigan. She takes that hair, Maggie does, and makes replacement hair for little ones that their hair falls out because of cancer treatment and or maybe something like alopecia or any other genetic or neurological disease treatment that causes their hair to fall out. So that's what this is about. It's a hair donation event. And if you cannot donate hair because it's not long, just show up and hang out, listen to the bands play, have something to eat, have something to drink, hang out with me, and throw $5 in the bucket for Maggie's Wigs for Kids. We've got racing this weekend at Berlin. BerlinRaceway.com for tickets, $14 in advance up until Friday at midnight. Later in the year, the Coleman Lutz 500 will be taking place. Hang out with myself, Coleman, Coleman's kids, Matt H., Rebecca and Jeremy, Kevin Kuipers, Sarah Rook-Ruck-Roosh, and some of the other all-time audience members for the Coleman Lutz 500. Frank Fuss invites you to head to his website and get more information about getting your insurance from the marketplace. Go to appointmentwithfrank.com for more information. Outside of your home, you got some unwanted trees? Reach out to Kuiper Tree Care. 616-828-8225. Call or text. They are the best. They'll get rid of your unwanted trees. They'll grind down the stumps. You need some tree trimming? They'll do that. tree risk assessment, storm damage cleanup. It's all from Kuiper Tree Care, 616-828-8225. And finally today, and by the way, we need an asshole of the day. I know this is a short show, but I'm out of things to talk about. Zelensky Outdoor Services, 734-626-7788. That is 734-626-7788. Call or text Nate Zelensky because you're sick and tired of A, the guy who cut your lawn. Well, you know, the young people that are from high school or college doing a shitty job on your lawn. There's clumps of grass all over the place. They don't give a shit about you. It's time for a new service to cut your lawn. Get a quote from Nate Zelensky, 734-626-7788. Great suggestion on the asshole of the day. Hard living line Hilljack overreacting to unsuspecting driver. That's a great suggestion. Runner-up is Russ Hines for not checking the 15,000 ribbons for the upcoming Riverbank Run. That is the conclusion of the Eric Zane Show podcast for this, the 6th of May. Thanks to the Italian Ice Queen and the Italian law firm for supporting your old pal EZ. I will talk to you on the Patreon bonus podcast a little bit later on. Have a good one. Bye-bye.